Hastur resides in the shifting shadows of the cosmos, an entity whose barely whispered name stirs up disorder and fear. He is also known as the King of Yellow, an avatar of horror and madness who covers reality with the cloak of his nightmares. One can imagine a presence so overwhelming that just the mention of its name can corrupt the mind. Hastur, as the King in Yellow, is exactly that, a terrifying embodiment. He only moves in dimensions and dreams, in the form of a yellow specter, tormenting those who are awake and those who are asleep, causing insanity and despair. The King in Yellow, a figure wrapped in decrepit yellow shrouds, wearing a pale mask to hide a face impossible to contemplate, walks the hallways of the lost Carcosa, near the mysterious Lake of Hali. Between the unspeakable Hastur and the Lake of Hali, a water abyss of unspeakable horrors, there is a deep and sinister connection. This bond is a thread in the fabric of the universe, combining the unthinkable with the tangible, the eternal with the temporary. More than just a geographical formation, the lake is a portal, a passage leading to realms beyond human comprehension, a chaotic and insane cauldron. The waters of Lake Hali are considered darker than deep night, a black so pure that it swallows up light and hope. Creatures that defy reason move in its depths. They are Hastur's servants, born from his will. They swim among the bones of the unwary and the damned, those who dared to uncover the lake's secrets, forever trapped in its icy embrace. The barriers between worlds are thin in this lake. Hastur's touch is stronger, a hissing invitation to those who search for what lies beyond, making them dive into the dark waters and uncover the horrors beneath the surface. The spectral city of Carcosa lies on the edges of Lake Hali, eternally bound to Hastur's nefarious existence. It is no ordinary city. It is a demented and forlorn labyrinth, made not only of stone and metal, but also of dreams and nightmares. The twisted towers rise towards a sky that is not ours. The winding streets lead to places where reality falls apart. The city itself is said to reflect Hastur's mind, a distorted mirror of his enigmatic and evil essence. There he reigns as a dark god, a ruler of unspeakable dreads. His presence is in every stone and shadow, in every whisper heard along the abandoned streets. Carcosa is where his throne is, and there he weaves threads that stretch across universes and dimensions. Carcosa's inhabitants, if we can call them that, are shadows of times gone by, echoes of beings who lost their sanity when they first saw Hastur's true face. They wander the streets, mumbling to themselves, lost in an eternal state of fright and confusion. They are doomed, trapped in a city which is both a prison and a sanctuary. Hastur's city is bound by an ancient and terrible pact. Carcosa is the heart of his realm, a symbol of power and a gateway to his many dwellings in the stars. Those who seek out Carcosa and try to unravel the city's mysteries are drawn to Hastur like moths to a flame. Somewhere between reality and madness lies Hastur's palace at the center of his lost city, a place of appalling and magnificent beauty where the laws of nature and reason do not apply. There, Hastur watches, waits, and schemes, ruler of a cursed kingdom whose crown is madness and its scepter is terror. Hastur has a dark offspring. His children, known as the Sunken Ones, are hideous amphibious beings born in waters as black as night. Their grotesque, deformed bodies resemble octopod sacks, with limbs that twist and stretch without logic or rationality. Their flesh is marbled and abject, covered in a thick, slimy skin that shines eerily in the lake's faint light. Their eyes, if one can call them that, are as empty and dim as the abyss, staring at the world with an unquenchable hunger. When their mouths open, they show lines of razor-sharp teeth ready to tear and shred flesh. These abominations are not just physical. Their presence defies the essence of reality. They move on water and land with sinister and erratic approaches, in constant pain or extreme agitation. Some can take short, horrifying flights. Even though their bodies are deformed, they defy the laws of physics. The Sons of Hastur are silent guardians of the lost Carcosa on the shores of Lake of Hali. They watch from the shadows. They are the barrier between the known world and the secrets hidden in the depths of this ghost town. Their hunting practices are cruel and merciless. They grab their victims with strong tentacles and pull them into their elastic bodies, where death is not a relief, but a slow and agonizing deliverance. Meeting a son of Hastur is like facing the abyss. It's seeing madness personified, feeling the icy touch of insanity. They remind us of the power and malignancy of their master, the living manifestation of the terror named Hastur. In his offspring, the gruesome side of the cosmos shows its purest and most terrifying face. Hastur's role in the pantheon of cosmic entities is to weave madness into the very fabric of existence. He influences dreams and distorts reality, whispering promises of power and hidden secrets to those who dare to listen. Hastur can be a rival, but also an ally of other cosmic entities. His relationship with beings like Cthulhu, Nyarlathotep, and Yog-Sothoth is complex, with strained alliances and enigmatic conflicts. They are all pieces in a cosmic game, where Hastur plays with cold and calculating shrewdness. Hastur and Cthulhu are seen as opponents or enemies. This rivalry may be due to their spheres of influence in the cosmos, or differences in goals and methods. Hastur is often portrayed as a more cerebral and cunning entity, who prefers to manipulate and corrupt, using whispers, dreams, and subtle influences. On the other hand, Cthulhu is often seen as a brute force, a direct being who awaits the moment of his own resurrection to dominate the earth. Other interpretations claim that, although they have different methods and natures, Hastur and Cthulhu can sometimes form alliances for specific purposes. These pacts are marked by mutual caution and an understanding that their individual goals are more important than any temporary cooperation. An encounter with Hastur can be the ultimate nightmare. There is a story of a dream traveler who, while navigating through oniric worlds, unexpectedly found himself in Carcosa. Among the ghostly ruins, under a sky of unthinkable colors, he saw Hastur's silhouette, a figure wrapped in yellow robes, with a pale mask concealing undreamt of horrors. The traveler fled, but Hastur's vision haunted him even after he awoke. He was never able to sleep again, fearing returning to that nightmarish realm. His mind was slowly eroded by the image of the King in Yellow. Another story recounts the fate of a cultist who summoned Hastur. In the hope of gaining power, he recited the forbidden incantations under a starry sky. Hastur appeared not as a benefactor, but as a terrible arbiter. The cultist was consumed by the vision of the outer god. His body and soul were dissolved in a yellow cloud of grief. All that remained was a shadow burnt into the ground and a distant echo of insane laughter. The search for occult knowledge and contact with entities beyond comprehension can lead to a fate worse than death itself. Those who have the courage to call out to or encounter Hastur may find themselves not only insane, but with an eternally tormenting fate in Hastur's clutches. The cosmic horror in the stories about him couldn't be greater. It reminds us that there are things in the universe that must remain unknown and undisturbed. Hastur represents one of the most mysterious and harrowing sides of Lovecraft's universe. His cosmic enigmatic power and terrifying influence make him a central element in the Lovecraftian pantheon. Hastur, the King in Yellow, is the terror lurking in the dark corners of the mind, the whisper sparking madness, the gaze never seen but always felt. He personifies cosmic horror. He is an ancient god who wears the shroud of despair and walks through eternity, a monarch whose reign is chaos and whose throne is the abyss of human lunacy.